Welcome back. We've got a little bit of a bonus match here for you, a second quarter-final live on PDC TV. And it is between Lorraine Winstanley, who just came through a war of attrition against Rachel Brooks.
It'd be Lorraine for the ball.
Against Jane Densley, a capable player and somebody who's in the mix in that race for the Women's World Match Play. 9th spot she was before the action begun today. She's now up to 5th with this run to the quarterfinals. Remember, the top 8 after 12 events will all make it to Blackpool in July. Chris Murphy and Johnny Bryan talking you through the action. We've got 3 more matches to bring you in the first event of the day, but don't worry, we've got another event after that. Fallon Sherrock still going strong. Trina Gulliver still going strong. They're both through to the semi-finals. This, a quarter-final match between Winstanley and Densley.
Which are getting underway. Both players just having trouble with the ball at the minute. Both being outside.
Yes, no bulls hit here on PDC TV.
25.
But that 25 will do the job for Densley. She has a darts in a race to 4 legs. Then the format will increase for the semis and the finals to best of 9.
So Jane Densley from Derby gets us underway in this quarter-final with the winner to take on Trina Gulliver in the semi-finals. Winstanley, who was in imperious form against Beaumont, taking that one by 4 legs to nil, and one of their, I think, a personal best in averages on the PDC circuit. So, but very much a war of attrition against Brooks, only getting through on a last leg decider.
60.
Yeah, they did meet in the quarterfinals of the last Women's Series event, this pair. Winstanley won that one 4-0. Densley with a score to settle.
100.
So we know 2 of the 4 semi-finalists. Fallon Sherrock also through, beating Makuda Suzuki by 4 legs to 1. And the other match taking place right now, Laura Turner and Kirsty Hutchinson there, 2 apiece.
180.
And what a start there from Densley. The first maximum of this contest.
Yeah, if you are just joining us, Makuru Suzuki
85.
responsible for the exit of Lisa Ashton earlier on. That was a second round tie. Brutal draw, but that is the nature of the unseeded draw for these Women's Series tournaments.
41.
So Fallon Sherrock, having now seen off Suzuki, the big favourite to go on and take the title. If anybody else were to win it, it would be a brand new name on the Roll of Honour.
60.
That's a good start this from Jane Densley. Already down to 165 after 12. We're trying to get down to a 2-darter now, but some loose darts
25.
may open the door here for Lorraine Winstanley, who against that match against Beaumont really punished Ros Beaumont in that match and capitalised on all their errors. Good first dart, second one just drifting into the 1, and the third
64.
maybe one to forget.
Still leaves a similar kind of finish, but Densley still holding on to that advantage, having won the ball. Now stay away from the treble.
120.
Yeah, better off being closer to the double.
Leaves off double 10, Winstanley on 151. Well, there goes the 1. Trying to get down to a 2-darter now. Needs a treble here to put pressure on
41.
the 20 of Densley, but opportunity knocks here for Jane Densley, with 3 darts coming in at double 10.
And she finds
Big
it.
shot.
Last dart in hand. Well, Densley's already improved on that result against Winstanley when they met in the quarterfinals at the 4th event of the year. She was whitewashed then. She's off the mark on this occasion.
Winstanley starting off with a ton. Well, Jane Densley.
$55.
Densley coming into this full of form, full of vigour as well.
60.
Especially that win over Rhiannon Griffiths in the last round.
Yeah, and Griffiths reached a final in that first set of 4 events. But she also beat Corinne Hammond as well
40.
in the match before that, a former world finalist. So really has taken a couple of great scalps and is looking to add a third and book a place in the semi-finals.
100.
As we get towards the business end of this first competition of 2 we have on this Saturday afternoon.
45.
So just to remind you of the state of play, the winner of this faces Trina Gulliver in the semis, and Fallon Sherrick will take on the winner of the match going on right now between Laura Turner and Kirsty Hutchinson.
36.
And that's 3-3. It's gone down to a last leg decider. We'll bring you news of the result of that as soon as we have it.
In the meantime, Densley trying to eat into the lead of Winstanley in the second leg, and does so with that ton 40. So Winstanley at 2:05, going downstairs. Set up a 2 dart and does so.
133.
What, 133, leaves an even 72. So Densley on 2-2-1. Ton 40 would be nice here, but even a ton will put a little bit of pressure on. That's the wrong treble.
95.
Good recovery though. 3-1-2-6. Winstanley coming in on 72 to level the game.
Treble 16 or treble 12. She chooses treble 12. 36 for 36. And she gets it in 2 different sections to square up the match at 1 each.
Level game, going with the dart so far.
$60.
Even 60 to start for Densley. Winstanley, who motored through the gears in that tie against Bulmer. Ruled off 4 legs in about 11 minutes.
Yeah, it was an excellent performance. A personal best, as you mentioned, Johnny. An average of more than 91. The players now gearing up as well for the second tournament. Can just see a few of them on the practice boards in the arena, just getting the arm loose again. Ready for event 2, which will begin straight after the final of this
99.
one.
These few of them players just had a spot of lunch downstairs and now loosening up on the practice boards, ready for the second tournament to probably start in about an hour's time.
Yeah, you don't want a break, do you, for lunch? You want to
60.
still be playing and then carrying on with it, the next one. If you get a break, it means you're out of the tournament.
Lorraine Winstanley looking to try and continue to advance in this first competition. That 140 makes a favourite now in this leg.
65.
Just to take your attention away from this one for a moment, both players in that other quarter-final between Laura Turner and Kirsty Hutchinson are on 76 in the last leg decider. Turner at the hockey. She's left tops.
37.
She's missed a match dart. Hutchinson has her chance. I'll keep you informed on that one while your eyes are on this one. And Hutchinson's also missed a match dart.
58.
Drama everywhere here in Robin Park in Wigan. Winstanley 184, trying to get down into double figures.
60.
Laura Turner's now missed 3 more match darts, and Kirsty Hutchinson will have another opportunity to reach the semi-finals.
60.
Winstanley looking at 1-2-4 in this one. Well, quickly before she goes through it, I can tell you that Hutchinson's also missed 3 more match darts. Winstanley here looking to show them how to finish. Can she finish on the bull? Not quite.
90.
And I can now confirm that Laura Turner has got the job done. 4-3. A nervy end to the match against Kirsty Hutchinson, but Turner goes through to take on Fallon Sherrick in the semi-finals, and we will have that match coming up for you after this one.
Look forward to that one shortly. The winner of this one will take on Trina Gulliver in the other semi-final. Winstanley going to the bottom of the board with double 17, gets it with the second dart, and leads now by 2 legs to 1, and will have the throw in the 4th leg.
It's the least left double on the dartboard, that one, but proved to be no problem at all for Winstanley.
$60.
Her second appearance on the stream in this event. She'll be hoping to get a third because it'll mean she's reached the final. Her match against Gulliver, if she does win this, will be played on one of the outside boards.
4-4-1 against 4-0-1, this third leg. Densley now the one chasing. It's a good start from the
100.
Derby native. We'll look for another strong visit here. Try and put pressure on Lorraine Winstanley.
60.
And on this occasion, so we have a level game in this fourth leg.
Now both players play at a very similar pace, similar
82.
rhythm, so the time between throws should really suit both of them.
$45.
The action of Winstanley is a little bit more, the word is probably targeted. She's more of an aimer. Densley does get up and let go of them.
59.
So Densley seeking a treble here to get back to close to level terms in this leg.
60.
You can see herself urging herself and snatching the darts away from the board there in frustration. Knows that was a missed opportunity to put pressure on Winstanley. Looks to try and get down to a finish.
140.
And does so with that ton 40.
Well, I think when you get to the deep end of these tournaments now, with this added incentive of the World Match Play, it's not just the tournament itself, but it does come into play. You can really go a long way to securing a spot by reaching a semi and definitely a final.
One to go.
40.
But 153, it's an unlikely outshot, but it's still an outshot nonetheless. Well, there's one part of it. Here's the second. Down treble 19. Not on this occasion, but sets it up well to leave yourself a double.
So some pressure on.
Game shot.
But not felt, or not evidently, by Lorraine Winstanley, who now leads 3-1 and is one away from completing the semi-final lineup here in the first event of 4 this weekend.
60.
Densley 2 down now with 3 to play. Got to win the next 3 to seek that final berth in the semi-final, but Lorraine Winstanley looking to close the door out.
If Densley were to win this match from 3-1 behind, she'd become the 5th woman to reach the £1,000 mark in ranking money from the first 5 events. Lisa Ashton, Fallon Sherrock, Winstanley herself and Rhiann Griffiths, the other players to have broken that barrier.
43.
And all looking in a good position for that Blackpool berth, but Densley really wanting to strengthen hers.
She may strengthen her hand with this visit.
35.
To leave 166. Winstanley way back on 358. I may try to mentally prepare
79.
herself for the next leg where she'll have the throw for the match. 166, looking to set up 86 left, treble 18 the shot here to leave 32.
98.
So Winstanley way back on 279, I do beg your pardon.
59.
It's not done yet. Densley looks at 68. Under no pressure at all.
36.
She will be back. 3 darts at double 16. All Winstanley can really do in this leg is hit and hope, but she does have the insurance policy of having the throw in the next.
19.
Well, just 19 scored, so Densley not pressurising this double 16. 1 above to double 8.
Game shot.
and clears her account in that 5th leg. Reduces the arrears to 1. Winstanley now 1 up with 2 to play, but has the darts for the match.
And this is where we'll really see the experience come into play, the focus of Lorraine Winstanley. She looks to close it out here. Of course, the other side of the coin is if she does lose this leg, then Densley would have the darts for the match in the following
45.
one.
So all to play for in this 6th leg for Lorraine Winstanley.
60.
I'm always amazed when I watch Lorraine Winstanley's throw. We'll get a look at it when she comes back to the Orchid, with how accurate she can be and how straight she can be with the apparent lack of follow through in the throw. It just seems to stop. But yet she finds the 20s, and not just the 20s, the treble 20 in there as well.
Well, it works. There's probably many a dart player we can come up with examples of the unorthodox approach of throwing. And I think we've all tried them down the years, Chris, when we've had a go at the game ourselves. And trust me when I say none of them work for me.
Well, you get the one, don't you, where you throw completely differently and it somehow flies into the treble 20, and then you try and throw like that the rest of the time and you can't repeat it. But these players can repeat it time after time, and that's why they're in the deep end of this tournament.
Indeed, the hours of practice that goes in to do the business at the deep end of these tournaments. Winstanley
100.
down to 81. Densley on 2-1-5 needs a big visit.
Well, how neat and tidy this leg been from Lorraine Winstanley. Hasn't strayed away from that 20 segment at all in 5 visits. She'll now be going down for the 19s, of course, for the finish, and 12 for the bull.
.44. So Densley 1-1-5. Which way are you going? Up the top. 95 left. Treble 19 or treble 15. Treble 19 the target for double 19 for 3-3.
77.
Winstanley looking to move into the semi-finals by landing double 16, by landing double 8, but she's clattered into the blocker, and all of a sudden the tide could turn.
The door is open, splitting it 6 for double 16, and does so. We go to a deciding leg, and Jane Densley will have the darts in the decider.
Big moments on double 16 there. 2 darts missed by Lorraine Winstanley, and then hit first time
130
by Densley after making the decision to split, and she's off like a rocket in the deciding leg. 135. Well, really needs another.
85.
It's not a bad visit, but it's 50 and these to extend the lead.
85.
Well, it's been Jane Densley who's been playing catch-up in this match since the 3rd leg, but now Winstanley's playing catch-up in this leg.
One thing must be said from Jane Densley, been very impressive in this comeback. Hasn't really been phased, and has taken the chances when they've came.
Absolutely. That's what she's been doing
55.
all day. In fact, all year on the women's series. You don't get to that position in the rankings by passing up opportunities. Not one of the big scorers, one of the highest average returners, but she takes her opportunities, and she's going to get an opportunity to win this match.
Well, down to 81 after 12. Winstanley needs a treble just to leave a long shot finish. 60. Not going to happen. So 6 darts coming in here for Jane Densley at 81 for a place in the last 4. Does need to go for the 12, so maybe treble 10. That is indeed the case. We just outside, so we'll 49. Set up double 16 next time around.
A pressure shot required from Winstanley, and she's not going to get one even with the treble.
100.
She gets a treble, but still on a 3-figure out. And Densley can finish the job here.
2-8 for a place in the last 4. 1 to go.
24.
Just inside to leave double 4. 101. We've seen it done many times before.
It's been an excellent leg. It's still on this. Excellent leg for Densley, but can Winstanley pinch it? She needed a treble after that wayward
40.
first start. And Densley now has the chance.
Double 4 for a place in the last 4. And that's not the dart you want when you had match darts. Winstanley on 61.
Yeah, you can't call that 13 unlucky. It was a badly thrown dart, maybe the sign of pressure.
Unscored.
Well, that's not really a problem. Double top. Match dart incoming for Winstanley.
21.
Her first. It's also missed.
Back to Densley. Double 4. Slide it off that one for the match. It did slide off it, but it went inside the 4. Double 2.
4 scored.
And the first of the match, I should say. She did miss a couple of darts in the previous leg. Winstanley to win the game, but she's back on tops. Oh, who wants it? Who wins it?
20.
We still don't know.
First one to the double. Densley gets it. And Jane Densley from 3-1 down.